that no time is like the present. Well, neither here nor there. The name is Law Nation, and we're going to talk about the present, right? And the future. We're going to talk about things to look for. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all that's been here. Thank you for the journey. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all that's been part of this beautiful episode. Shout out to Cowboys Experience, where you can also be a part of the Cowboys Nation, especially every home game. We do an event the day before. And this year, we got some wonderful treats out there for you all. So be sure to check out cowboysexperience.com. Tell them Law Nation sent you. Let's get it. They really say, ain't no party like a cowboy party. Yeah, come on. Mama said there'll be days just like this. This is the Cowboys off day. But in the words of Bill Belichick, he says no days off. And I'm living by that mantra, by the way. Cowboy Nation, one day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick. We stacking these things together here live in Oxnard. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan, 1310 The Ticket, and as well as DallasCowboys.com. We will be pulling some reference from all of those locations there without hesitations nor deviations. Let's get it. Come on. What's up? TA Cowboy, appreciate you. Asmodeus, let's get it. Mr. Willow, I see you. The grind for your mind. Let's go. Hey. All right. Yep. Lamont, I see you. And Sadiqwa, let's go. Come on. Come on. Hey.
Execute Order 66.
Let's get it, baby. All right.
FBI, open up!
Come on. Let me fix this right now. Come on. Let's get it, baby. Come on. All right, Cowboy Nation, the name is Law Nation. And let's get this show on the road. I really appreciate you guys so much for being part of this episode. We are in Oxnard. We live, we lit, we ready. Cowboy Nation is one-man studios. Y'all know how this goes, right? And I can't make this up. The Dallas Cowboys heading into the 2022 season, and still the same reservations may be there. But I'm kind of looking at this a little bit different, especially as it relates to the defensive side of the coin. We are missing out on what? Randy Gregory, Keanu Neal, DeMonte KZ. Who else we missing out on the defensive side? That's about it, right? For those who made some impact plays last year, KZ had his hand in some mix there. But I think that this team is still heading into the right graces. I don't think that we fell off that much on defense. And the way Malik Hooker is looking out there, one can argue that we will not miss a beat. Let me repeat, we will not miss a beat. And on top of that, with the defensive side of the coin, we could also talk about Dan Quinn. Now that it's his second year. It's his second year, and it seems as if, though, the players are gravitating to him out there in camp. He is the fan favorite no matter where he goes. They yelling at him saying, hey, Quinn, let me get a hug. Let me get an autograph, you know. So that's always a good thing. That's always a positive, right? And who else on the defensive side? Let me talk about the additions. Jabril Cox, number 14. He looks like he's ready already, right? But now, I do know that pads are not on, right? But some of the things that we look at out of a linebacker, your first initial role as a linebacker is to read, right? React, right? And then explode to your point on the field, hook to flat, or whether or not you got C control. Even if you have cutback responsibility, if you got to squeeze down inside, those are things that we look for out of a linebacker. And they got to be the intellect of the defense. The Mike linebacker supposed to be the quarterback of the defense. Now, granted, J. Ron Kurtz, green dot guy, he is the still the guy that points out, call out things, and then you have LVE who's looking sharper. Not saying that he's going to walk on water, but this is a prove-it year for him, and he's getting paid peanuts, and I know for sure that he's going to try to put his all out there. So the linebacker situation should be a high IQ role, and from what I can see, Damone Clark, he's battling to get back out there. Devin Harper, he's battling to get back out there. One can literally argue that the linebacker room is a solid one. I posted that earlier on my Instagram page. I really appreciate those who watch and follow me on all platforms. And let's see if we can get this up there. So here's my thing is with his Cowboy Nation. Give me 1 second. Bam, here we go. Let me see if we get it. Can y'all see that? So what I'm saying is that basically when you think of this linebacker room, who is pretty much, you know, a lot of people say, hey, your front, you got to make sure that your front is okay. Well, your defensive front also consists of your linebackers. If your front four do their job and allow these guys to fly out to the point of contact to be able to squeeze through the A or B gap, then a lot of things can go smoothly. If you think I'm lying, I wonder what Ray Lewis would look like without Big Syracuse, and may he rest in peace, right? Without Sam Adams, you know, without those big boys up front. So what I'm trying to say here is when these pads come on, we would see a little bit more about Big Bo. We would see a little bit more about Ridgeway, the Vanilla Gorilla. We would see a little bit more if these guys can push that offensive line back or clog up those lanes or clear open those lanes so that Parsons can eat, so that LVE can diagnose things, and if he have hook to flat, so he can make sure that everything is secured to where he's at. But pay attention, that's Parsons, and 33 is now Damone Clark. Those boys seem and appears like they have a good unity together. And what thing you want these guys to pretty much be just like the movie Jurassic Park. Who recall watching Jurassic Park? And in that movie, the raptors, right? They were not the biggest of the dinosaurs. No. But they worked together. They communicated with each other. They sniff out their prey. You want, technically, this unit of linebackers to be not like this, but like that. Right? Not like this, but like that. You know, you want them boys to be close. You want them guys to be on point. And you want these guys to be solid. Right? You want those boys to be on the same page. Old folks say singing from the same hymnal. You know, two different music books. Make sure you're singing from the same hymnal. So when we sing and lift every voice and sing, we on the right page. It's 420. So let's making sure that everybody is singing from the same hymnal, right? The sound sounds good. Say prime time for your mind. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. This team of linebackers I'm high on, right? And I hope that 14, and then I'm looking at my future. I'm looking at it. 33, Damone Clark, Parsons. Are y'all ready to roll with that? I know LVE, he probably be a placeholder unless he change our mind. He got all this season to do such, right? And him and Luke Gifford. But who right now would take 11, 33, and 14 if they all have to issue 3? Boy, come on with it. Yes, sir. I see you. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate you guys so much for jumping in. Shout out to you, Chuck Morris. Appreciate you, C. Nick. LVE is going to rock. I'm rooting for him. I want him to. Look, if we can get 2018 LVE mixed in with a better upgraded Parsons, and we talking about 14, if he can stay mean, that can be a nice situation for us, right? Right? I want LVE to play so good that midway through the season, everybody banging on the table, declaring that the Cowboys go ahead and extend him. LVE is a defensive end, Law. I'm awake, are you? I don't see enough band on LVE to put him at end, right? Not saying that he can't pass rush. Not saying that he can't. But speaking of defensive end, I'm glad you put that out there. This is what I can say from here. Our defensive edge unit, is a good one. Any other year, I would have been banging out film reviews. I'd have figured out a way to pull up some film review on Tack McKinley. But I promise you, they did their assessment. They looked over everything, and they said, you know what? We don't think that Tack McKinley can beat out of Dorrance Armstrong, beat out of Sam Williams, beat out of D-Law, beat out of Chauncey Golston. The end, or even a big cat at this moment. Matavius Bryant. He's looking good out there. He's wearing number 59 as the edge guy. So this edge room, and Basham, I keep leaving out Basham. So I think that what we have, and Fowler, I left out Fowler. Look at her. The name just keep going. So we have a situation that this particular team is okay with that. I just think that they need to tie in to see what those guys going to do from the interior. So that's what I'm looking for tomorrow when they put those pads on. How are my interior warfare guys going to do? Tristan Hills, Osa. We looking to see whether or not these guys. Shout out to you, Justin. Appreciate you. Do you see the Facebook comments? I see yours now. Appreciate you so much. Jason also says Sam Williams 7 to 9 sacks this season. Yeah, I'm the foolish one. I'm the foolish one to say, hey, he's going to get double-digit sacks. He just called me crazy, right? His speed is there. From Sam. I think that the Cowboys, and then they talk about his strength. Those two things, speed to power on the front, even though he appears to be raw. Right, so what we're trying to do now with Sam Williams, if he can pick up some of the hand traits, go watch the Cowboys.com video on how they utilize his hands. Shout out to my guy, Patrick Walker. Was it Patrick No C Walker? Yeah. he broke that down. Him and Kyle Yeoman. I would do some film assessment on how they operate and hold their hands and the whole promising of the video, but due to circumstances, I can't no longer use those clips from Cowboys.com. But you know what? In passing yesterday, I bumped into Jerry Jones, hand to the man. I bumped into Jerry Jones, and we only talked briefly. But what I'm going to do is, if Monday, if given the opportunity and a chance, I'm going to tell Jerry Jones, let me use some of your footage, man. I got to. And I'm gonna try to talk to him and get some information from him. If not, hopefully my guy, Shannon Gross, you guys know him. Maybe I can squeeze him a little bit to be on their little podcast show. Not little podcast show, but their podcast show. And hopefully we can get some things going from there. And the thing is not to use it for the views, but it's to use it to explain. It is to use to try to tell you guys the understandings of hand placement, the proper way to disengage, to use your hands, and on top of that, what Sam Williams, if he continued to use his hands, baby, that is going to be off the chain. Appreciate you, everybody, for jumping in. Mickey Cox, appreciate you. And Sadiqua, appreciate you so much. Thank you for your love, your adulations, and your donations, and your command of this room. I really appreciate you. Q&As from the Facebook people, man. I really appreciate you. Justin says, I hope Clark get a chance to play and Cox balls out. You know, two folds to that. I think two folds to that. Let's see. Shout out to IG. Where do I have it? I don't have it here, but we have it somewhere. Let's go right here. That was the older one. Let me see if I got a newer one up here. And we go with this one. I think this was the newer one. Yeah, this is the new one. And I really... And as we see, that was a situation for my guy, and that's James Washington. We talked about that on the film assessment or film analysis, what have you, and he high points the ball. It seems like miscommunication from the defense there. But what I want to do is get to the point where we see my guy, the linebacker, 33, Damone Clark, moving around. And to get to your point there, we would like to see Damone Clark. But what I don't want, Justin, is for them to rush Damone Clark. You see what I'm saying? We do like the aspect that he's moving around and he's not sitting down somewhere. So that at least know that the process is still in process there. But it's different. It's different from getting hit or knocking something loose and then you can't get back to it. And when we talk about these small things, Cowboy Nation, hitting, moving around, picking up the playbook, all of those things are vital. Let me repeat, all of those things are vital. You know, Pete says can't rush Gallup or Clark, even if that means a 5-3 start. You're right. It's a true notion to really get these guys going, but also it's a true. Look at this Cox right here. Pick it up. Yeah, it's a true thing to know that also you got to have patience, and that's one of the hardest things to do in life. You know, is patience. You know, we talk about this, we talk about that. You know, but in actuality, you got to establish patience. And with patience come wisdom. With patience come understanding. With patience also goes through experience. And that's one shortcut that you can't have, right, is the experience levels and all of the other things that I just mentioned. The Cowboys try to rush things as it relates to some of the coaching staff and to some of the team players that's out there. Philadelphia, appreciate you, underdog. He says Cowboys fans love lying on the bed every year, laying on the bed every year. Well, I feel you, man. Shout out to you. Life's crazy, making no noise, right? True that. Zeke looked like last year's season. Yeah, if Zeke didn't have that PCL tear, then we would have been in better graces. We would have been in better spots, in better situations. Mickey Cox with the rebuttal. And Eagles fans love being in our chat every day. So think about that. I think that Philadelphia is a Cowboys fan, right? Someone that roots for the Cowboys. If not, then he wouldn't be here, right? I'm just being real right now when I say this. When I'm shopping for lingerie, it's for my wife, right? I don't shop lingerie for myself. I don't just go there to just put on lingerie, right? So there should be a reason why you are here, right? So that's his reason. He's here for either attention or he's here because he loved the channel and he loved the Cowboys. But shout out to him. And that's 13 right there. And he's working the chords. He's trying to test out that leg. And this is the whole point. Just because you see him doesn't mean that he's available, right? And that's what I wanted to get at. Now, when we look at it, the Cowboys, these are my guys right here. The DBs. Number 24, he got to fight for his spot. He do. He got to fight for every spot on that field. Number 93, you see Basham. He's exploding, getting there. Tell him to focus on his overweight team, John Sullivan. Stage says, how is Izzy doing? From what I can see, Izzy got the odds against him right now. You got people. Think of the room that Izzy in. Shout out to you, greedy vegan. Think of the room that he's in. Let's name out the starters first. You got Donovan Wilson. You got Malik Hooker. You got Jaron Kearse. And then you got Marquise Bell that's been making some noise, right? And then you have your Izzies of the world. And they're going to have to make some strives to earn some favors from the coaching staff. And that's just the reality of it. And this coaching staff, the reason why I like what Al Harris been doing with this team and Joe Witt Jr., all of those guys, is they really don't hold favors. They really teach these guys and they hold them accountable, So that's just how it goes, unfortunately. But for Izzy, he did had a breakup the other day, but it's still not enough. We got to see him when those pads come on and see if he can make a play during the preseason. And another note too, the kickers, Lyram versus Jonathan Garibay. I get it. We look at the kick win-loss rate or what have you, and one was like 4 for 8, and the other one was 6 for 8 or 7 for 8, something like that. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but we're talking about practice now, not a game, practice. Now this is going back to. Let me stop on that subject right here and talk about this one right quick, Cowboy Nation. Bear with me. As we go back, we're going to rewind just a little bit. And I'm going to get back to the kicking situation. All right. This is Gallup testing every inch of that leg, right? And we can see we see him moving around. You guys remember T.O. when he broke his leg or what have you? And I know an ACL is different from being broken or what have you, and he fought himself to get all the way back. They went to the Super Bowl, and he played in it. Now, if the Super Bowl was tomorrow, I really think that Gallup would shoot himself up with some type of pain tolerance or painkillers or what have you, and he would try to press it to get out there on the field. The same could be said with my guy Damone Clark. But for right now, these guys still are not at the optimum heal factor or the optimum health factor of recovery to get out there to play. That's what I wanted to say on both of these guys. But you can see they can move around. And my thing is with Damone Clark, that boy look like it's tender. It's tender, you know. He jumping around, he moving around. And I don't think that he have a leg situation, but he more so have nerves and everything else above the leg that been damaged due to that herniated disc, and he is trying to get to the flow of things, back to the good graces. I'm awake. Are you? I hope Gallup come back strong. Yeah, strong would be just taking his time. Yeah. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation. Let's listen in to some of the other things out here. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. We almost there. We're going to pull up this audio. Give me 1 second here. Let's listen to Terrence Steele first.
How's camp going so far here? I know this is your third one. It seems like everyone's a little bit different.
Yeah.
New, or?
Yeah, and my second time being here in Cali, and it's starting to set in and really feel like home. So, it's been going great so far.
How is it mentally? I know your first year, it's always, it seems like head spinning or whatever. Do you feel like things are kind of slowing down somewhat?
For sure, just with experience, you're gonna settle in and find your groove. So, I feel like I'm definitely getting in there, and it's gonna be a fun season coming up.
When Lyle was released, did that give you a sense of confidence from the organization? Like, hey, this is a guy that we feel confident is going to play right tackle for us.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad I can come in and earn their trust, and just keep working from here.
If you can go back real quick to all 3 days of the draft, your name doesn't get called to where you are today.
Yep.
Where have you impressed yourself the most?
Just like you said, going back to those 3 days, man, that was a long 3 days. So I keep that pain that I was feeling, and I still apply that to whatever I'm doing. So just see how far I came. You know what I'm saying? Like I just put the work in. I try to outwork everyone, and that's what I try to do, and it's paying off. So
the draft is completely over. Did you think that you would be where you are right now as quick as you have been able to get there?
Well, I was getting some calls in the beginning of the seventh round. So I figured out some teams still wanted me. So we had a little bidding war going on, but it was cool to come here, man. It's the Cowboys, man. Who doesn't want to come here?
Right. Who's helped you the most in the organization?
Definitely my right guard over there, Zach, Tyron, AC, Tyler, people I came in with, Isaac, and everyone. The whole group is just helpful. Coaches for sure, Philbin, Blasco. Just everyone in the organization, is always. They helped me out a lot. So
Jerry said that he used to say Lyle Collins was kind of the enforcer.
Yeah.
To make sure protected. Nobody's going to have cheap shots on the quarterback, running backs. Is that something you guys have talked about? Like who's taking that role? Everyone doing that? I know you're not afraid to mix it up.
I feel like I've always been like that. So I'm gonna add my own little twist to it. You'll see this year.
When they say iron sharpens iron, when number 11's out there on the edge like that, how much does he make you guys better and just the challenge of everyday battling?
Just look at what we did last year. He's really shifty, he's fast, he's smart, his IQ is insane. So, just to go against that every day, him, D-Law, Basham, DA, all the DNs are really, really good. So just to, like you said, iron sharpens iron, and it's a blessing to practice against them.
And how good is
No doubt. We're listening in to Terrence Steele, his interview on yesterday or what have you. And yes, iron do sharpen iron, steel do sharpen steel. And by him going up against Parsons, D-Law, and all of those other guys do, and it do help improves him. So let's listen to more what he have to say about this, Cowboy Nation.
Is it to have number 70 to your left?
Oh, man, he's the GOAT, man. I don't know, you couldn't ask for a better right guard. So I'm forever blessed, and it's just grateful, and I want to enjoy every second I can next to him.
We were talking to Coach McCarthy the other day about how important the cadence is amongst the offensive line. For somebody that doesn't know a ton about football, why is the cadence so important?
Cadence, only the offense knows the cadence. The defense doesn't know. We can go on one, go on two. If we go on one, we got to be the first ones to attack, you know what I'm saying? So we need everyone to come off the ball as hard as they can. If we have, say, 9 people come off and then 2 are just slowly come off the ball, we're not coming off as one unit, and we won't have as big of an impact.
How do you think that you guys have done at that so far early in camp?
Early in camp, it's been going really good. Yeah, they put a big emphasis on it last year, and I feel like this year, we've been doing the thing. So big improvements.
Terrence, now coming into this season, this is the first season that you are the definitive starting right tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. Can you talk a little bit about how your mindset has changed or what you've done to kind of prepare mentally? Because before now, you've been battling for snaps and trying to get as many plays on the field as possible, but now it's your job to lead.
Yeah. I always come in thinking I'm the starter. So, that's how I was prepared. My work ethic reflects that. My preparation reflects that. So, I always feel like I'm the starter, and if you're going to try to take it from me, good luck. So.
Ooh-wee. I love it, man. He said he always come in to prepare himself as the starter. And if you're trying to take it away from me, good luck. I love that sentiment. I love the way he approached that. And it's been good, man. It is the year 2022, and I feel that I understand that some of the Eagles fans are here watching, but the last time you guys won or beat us, it was the year 2020. Let that sink in. So let's just move on and go to the Eagles pages and talk to Eagle content creators about A.J. Brown and what they doing over there with Jalen Hurts and Big Jordan Davis. Shout out to him. Shout out to Nakobe Dean. All of those guys. Look, as Cowboy fans, here's the reality of it, and we're going to get back on point in a few. Here's the reality of it. We don't really necessarily say that your guys trash or suck, right? We really like A.J. Brown. We like Devontae Smith and all of those guys you got. We don't really call out your players. We say shout out to Big Jordan Davis and shout out to Nakobe Dean, Hassan Reddick, all of those guys. But the reality of it is your team's still looking up. Your team still wish that they were our team, right? So it's kind of crazy to go to another page channel, you know what I'm saying, and say, okay, this is that, facts. Well, there may be facts that you guys wanted in 2017, right? But why are you guys not caught up with the Cowboys if we haven't won anything since 1995? That even speaks more volumes of legacies of greatness from our organization juxtaposed to yours. That is the reality of it. That's common sense, right? Right? It's like, it's literally, their argument is like someone, and hear me out, it's like someone who literally finally graduated from high school, although they failed for all of those years, right? They finally graduated in 2017, right? And we graduated in 95. But then they say, well, at least we graduated. At least we were the last team to graduate. Like, dog, yeah, wait, what you want, a cookie? Yeah, it took you all of those years to finally graduate. Shout out to you, I mean, but we been moved on from there. You know what I'm saying? Catch up with us, man. We got our master's degree. We very proud of you of getting your degree and graduating. But we already got our master's. We got our doctorates, So that's the reality of it, So, but I recently graduated. But, yeah, dog, you're supposed to have been better than us. Your team is older. Your team was established in 1933 or something like that, or 28. Our team was established in 1960. Like, that is, like, if I was the commissioner of the NFL, I would put in a rule for the Cowboys to be exiled from the NFC East, because we literally, there's nobody that's even close as it relates to win-loss ratio of the Cowboys. It's just crazy. The Cowboys got a 3 to 4 year lead over everyone, over every single team. Like, if you pull up the all-time record, the Cowboys versus the Eagles, it's not even close. You pull up the all-time record of the Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders, it's not even close. You pull up the all-time record of the Cowboys versus the Giants, it's not even close. It's not even close. And for any of those teams to claim that, hey, it's a rivalry, it's foolish, you know. It's like we can literally be on a 25 to 30-year hiatus and they still haven't caught up. That's the craziest thing. But, you know, Eagles fans who haven't won since 2017, which is, what was 5 years? 5 years ago. That's half of a decade. Time flies, baby. And the last time they beat the Cowboys was in 2020. And they struggled. They struggled to beat Ben DiNucci. I can't make this stuff up. They struggled to beat him. They didn't pull off until the third quarter. So if I was an Eagles fan, I would hush. But I get it. They want to come over here to get a little shine, right? But then when we beat them down once again, they go off into their little hole and they start talking about our past and our history. But the last time they had a feeling of beating us was in 2020. The pandemic. It was crazy. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, you know, that's what I hear, you know. So it's foolish. Not even Eagles. Look, the Eagles content creators, they don't come after me because they know better. But their minions, they do. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. Their content creators don't come after me, but their minions do. You know, so they already know that they
Suck.
You stupid. So all the Eagles fans,
Shut up!
you know, and go ahead and since I'm in the beautiful state of California, won't y'all do this?
Smoke weed every day.
You stupid. You know, it just makes sense. I can't make this stuff up.
Another one.
You know, another one. Just you stupid.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Philadelphia. Eagles witness young Cowboys fans talking history like you doing now. But at the same time, it's been since 2017. So what validation does that give you? You know, the last time y'all beat us was when? You tally up the last few points. It's literally, even then, it's about 25 to 30 points that we done beat you over and over again. You know, I get it. You got Stockholm syndromes, right? You keep coming back over here thinking that we're going to embrace you with love and to give you a sense of, hey, man, this, I know what it is. This is where you get good content from, because I don't think that you get it from yours over there. But that's okay. Have a seat and enjoy your time. You know? Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Owen says it's time for the Cowboys to win it all. Well, that's what exactly. That's what they're fighting for to get to. They're trying to win it all right now, but it is what it is. Shout out to you, greedy vegan. You know, Stockholm. He's a literally. Like, they can literally do a case of Stockholm syndrome, and they can just label it what Philadelphia do to when he joins the Dallas Cowboys fan base channel. He definitely got the Stockholm Syndrome. This will be a classic case of that, and we embrace him because we do know that we are in the world of mental health, and I really would like him to stay on this dimension. I don't want him to lose any sights of anything else and lose his mind to off himself. So let's just keep him here so he can be in a safe place, right? Because we don't want him to slice his wrist or anything like that. So hey,
Nope.
we want you to stay safe, man. We don't want you to. So hey, we gonna leave you alone because I know that this is how you cope with the reality of creating different YouTube names and come on over here and chill. And I feel you, man. He's suffering. Yeah, he's suffering from emotional. Oh my gosh, man. This show is now roasting the Eagles fans. To come over here for them to vent, to talk about their Super Bowl in 2017.
Emotional damage.
But in actuality, shout out to Darius Slay, shout out to A.J. Brown, and all of their overweighted Eagles players. We want them boys to be. Look, here's the difference between me and them. I want to face them at their best. I don't want no injuries from any of those guys. I want them to be healthy when we play them. So shout out to you, Posey, man. Appreciate you so much, man. It is what it is. But Stockholm Syndrome is a situation, whereas you guys can look up the definition of it. Or you could just look at Philadelphia or any Eagles fans that's here, and you will find your definition of Stockholm Syndrome. They have a very, 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 very case of that, and we hope from a mental awareness, we hope that those guys can continue to seek counsel over here, and I will be the good father that I am of theirs and embrace them in their misery. So shout out to those people. We really appreciate them for being part of this nation. And I appreciate them, man. They get just as much love as anyone else. So as in other words,
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
boy, I tell you the truth, man.
Do you feel like you're a good example to these young guys? Do you share your story with them?
I definitely want to be a good example. I always try to help them wherever I see anything in film. They always come up to me asking me about stuff in life, stuff on the field, off the field, whatever I can. I want to, be a good teammate, be a good brother, and help them out for sure.
And what's it like being at camp where the fans, they know your name now, and they know that there are expectations? Is it fun or is it kind of weird?
Oh, it's definitely fun. I love hearing my name just being randomly shouted out within the crowd. So it's a blessing. It's always a blessing.
So you enjoy the crowd?
I do, yeah. I love the crowd. Look at them. Man, they can't beat this right here, man. They all love the Cowboys, and they're very supportive, so I'm forever grateful to them.
What was your challenge coming into the camp right now? It's only a few days old, but are you defeating that challenge?
I just wanted to keep stacking off what I built last year, so I guess you can make that a challenge, but I feel like I've done a really good job. I just want to keep stacking days, just keep getting better and better every day, and just don't go backwards, get 1% better every day.
How does it feel?
1% better every day. Oh my gosh. You know what? I like. Terrence Steele. He said he strived to get at least 1% better every day. 1%. Some people look for the bigger slices of the pie, but no, he said, I'm just trying to get 1% better every day. That's understanding that I'm not trying to overwork myself, right? Some people, most people, lie to themselves in December, right? They say I got a New Year's resolution at the start of the new year. January hit, the gyms and everything else opens up, and they get discounts for membership because they know people will try to say, okay, I'm going to lose 50 pounds for the year 2022, right? They have that mindset, or I'm going to get back close to my BMI, and I'm going to try to eat right or what have you. And then they burn out. They literally burn out every year. And about March, close to April and May and all of those other months, the gym membership spikes up because they know for sure that people peel off. They do not hit their goal because they bit up too much. They try to be 50% every day, 60% better every day, right? So they give out, the flame goes out. The same could be said to the NFC East. The Washington, last year around this time, I couldn't keep a Washington Commander fan out of here, right? They was trying to get 80% better. Chase Young, the best thing since sliced bread. Wait till he get back. Oh, this defense, they're going to match it up and remarry everything. Hey, they got this, they got that. I couldn't hush up a Washington Commander fan all offseason. They stayed over here, right? But then they burned out, right? But only if they understood that if they can just take it 1% at a time, maybe they could have kept some of that momentum rolling into the 2021 season last year. And the same could be said, hear me out, against the Eagles fan. If you go back, and that's why I keep this chat log up, if you go back and watch my videos right before the opening day, before we played the Eagles, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. For 2 years straight, they've been talking about how they're going to beat down the Cowboys, how they're going to do this, how they're going to do that. But then you look at the win-loss column, you see a totally different story, right? You seeing that the goalpost is now being moved differently, right? Jalen Hurts supposed to be that guy that can get them over the hump because they got a mobile quarterback that can read the field to throw the ball. And all we saw was him dropping back, throwing it to his number one receiver, Anthony Brown, right? Right? Oh, until Trayvon Diggs. But you couldn't get an Eagle fan, honestly, objectively speaking, to say that they was going to get that L, right? They all had high hope. They all had high favors. They all had high expectations of coming in and beating Dallas, to the point and to the degree that their coaching staff really bit into that same slice of pie of saying that they is going to be dominant, they is going to win, or what have you. So he had the audacity to purchase shirts that says "Beat Dallas." Ask him, will he wear that shirt now? Ask him where that shirt at now. You know, ask the Eagles fans, did they keep that shirt on? Beat Dallas, you know. I can't make this stuff up, you know. But, you know, it's funny to me.
Emotional damage.
You know, let me hear it again.
Emotional damage.
Because here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. Here's the thing. It's the beautiful thing of why did they had to take the shirt off? Look, we just be chilling, minding our own business. We got our own internal wars that we have to deal with Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, with, hey, of course, Will McClay only giving Dollar General budget to go out there to appear that he's shopping at least at Macy's, but he only got a Dollar General budget, or he only got a Dollar Tree budget, and we are asking Will McClay to bring us back Louis Versace, you know what I'm saying? You know, but Will McClay got to fight through the Jones family to get a higher budget, and he can't get it, so he got to make do, right, for what he got to make do with. So we are trying to have our own internal warfare. It's more so of the Cowboys versus Cowboys, right? Because we went a long stay of fighting Tony Romo versus Dak Prescott, right? The whole ideology of when Jason Garrett would ever learn, right? Or can now we got Mike McCarthy, can he pick up the pieces and things like that? We have our own warfare going on, but the other teams in the division, They always talk noise about us, and we don't say nothing to them. We minding our own business, right? We chilling. We mind our own business, but the other teams sit there and say, we want Dallas. That's what the Washington said. They want Dallas. The Eagles fans saying, beat Dallas. And the Giants saying, hey, man, Dallas no one to fear. Oh, my gosh, man. I can't make this stuff up. But it comes around every year that we try to mind our own business. We got our civil war going on, and they try to jump in. That's crazy. Have you heard anything potential Deontay Johnson trade, how Tolbert's looking, where he's lining up the most? Tolbert is lining up the most on the outside. They kick my guy CeeDee Lamb inside majority of the time, and then James Washington, they line him up inside and outside. So from what I can tell you, they planning on, hear me out, they planning on having this rotation where all three of those wide receivers can line up in the inside. And they also planning on, in my opinion, to also utilize CeeDee Lamb from the inside more, or juxtaposed to him being on the outside primarily. I even seen plays whereas they had Dalton Schultz line up on the outside. So it's going to be a unique way the Cowboys run this offense, and I can't wait for the number one DB to say, all right, cool, I'm going to follow CeeDee Lamb wherever he goes. And that way we can find other opportunities for James Washington. T.J. Vasher, same sentiments. He's been lined up inside and outside. So 6'6" guy so tall he can give God a handshake. It's going to be a nice situation for the Cowboys down the line. You know, Exton bring them benches. The same practice squad we whooped up last year. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Shout out to you, Flo. I'm good. Thank you, guys. Mickey Cox, y'all sorry Wentz gonna beat y'all replacement quarterback. Yeah, man, shoot, shout out to him. And Dennis Houston be getting first team reps too, Cowboy Nation. But let's get back to some of these. I'll show you guys some of these highlights here as we get back to this audio. Yeah. God damn!
What's up? Your camp so far, it seems like you've made some real kind of splash plays. How are you feeling about it?
You know, I'm feeling good just to make some plays for the team and just keep improving every day. It's always room for improvement, and we're not there yet.
What is the area of improvement that needs to be emphasized for this defense, which improved so much last year from the year before?
I clearly said communication. You know, we let up a touchdown today in 2 minutes, and just everybody knowing their job and trusting the other guy to do his job also.
Dak talked about you breaking the group down on a practice this week afterward, talking about, I think, remembering the sting of last year. Can you just
this Anthony Brown that's speaking.
Yeah, I was just telling the guys, you know, because that was first day of practice, just telling them, man, remember, don't come out here half-assed, and remember how we felt after that game, after the season we had, and, you know, the expectations we had to go deep in the playoffs, and we was one and done, and we don't want to have that feeling again.
You look around and say, I'm certainly not one of the young guys anymore. You're one of the veterans. How does that feel? And obviously, is that another example of you kind of being that leader?
It felt good, to be honest. But I still feel young as hell, though, on the same side. So it's weird. And I like it, though, you know, how the young guys come asking me questions and, you know, mentoring them and putting them in the right positions and everything.
You guys, as a defense, found the magic spot as far as being able to take the ball away from the opposition on a frequent and consistent basis, obviously led by Trevon, but you yourself, you reeled several in. Can you talk about what might have been different under Dan Quinn's first year that helped you guys find that magic spot that maybe, you know, you kind of couldn't find it in years prior?
Probably a mixture of attitude, confidence, and, you know, just being aggressive, you know, just going after the ball. You know, we got to get the ball back to the offense, want to get on most possessions as possible, and we just taking chances.
Do you guys feel like you still can climb higher in takeaways?
Always. We left at least another 10 not there. You know, I dropped 5 myself, so we definitely got room to grow.
Excited for year 2 under Dan Quinn?
Definitely. Can't wait.
What makes him such a coach that players acclimate to, and what makes you want to run through a wall for Dan Quinn? Because it's been the same at every stop in his NFL and just coaching career, period.
I would say Dan Quinn just know how to talk to the guys. He know how to. We can relate to him. He's experienced. He's proven, and we could believe him. He don't take no shit. So we got to be on our job.
Hey, beyond that, how does he gain the trust in you guys? Because that's something that necessarily what Maryland might know, but I consistently hear from you guys when you talk about Dan Quinn. It's really true.
It's just the way he talked to us. He's not talking at us. He's like, I feel like he tried to get to know us first. Try to let our guard down and get to just know us better, so he know how to coach us better, and he know the things to say, the right things to say at the right time, and it just all meshed together.
Mike said he's very consistent, that you know what you're going to get every single day. You tell me what he's saying.
He said I was consistent?
Well, no, you're talking about Dan Quinn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, he said with you were having a great camp.
No, I didn't
people like
understand
Clarence haven't given you enough credit.
We ain't gonna talk about that. I mean, but Dan Quinn, regardless if we have a good day, bad day, he's not gonna get too high, not too low, and he's just gonna coach us and fix the corrections. And even if we have a great day, he's not gonna get too high and saying, "Oh, we did good," slap us on the ass. He's gonna still find rooms to improve.
All right, here's why Dan Quinn is like that, and let me be 1,000% with you guys. He was on that staff when they had the LOB. So even if the Cowboys had a great day in practice, I don't think that it was close to what Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor was doing, Big Maybane and the young Bobby Wagner was doing, as well as Richard Sherman. So, and Cliff Averill and all of those other boys that was out there on the defense. So that's why Dan Quinn is just being that even kill guy, because anything that the Cowboys' current day roster is showing is still, I promise you, is not to that level, right? And one thing that I can tell you, that when you go back, and I know Dan Quinn wasn't the DC for the Legion of Boom, but he was in that house. One thing I can tell you guys that really put LOB over the top was the 12th man, the fan base, right? They didn't take SHIT. They didn't take it. They literally made it so like at their home. Literally, they made it so loud that it would become reports as an earthquake in that area. I can only wish that our fan base in Arlington, right, can make it so loud that it shakes the world, right? It might open up some oil mines down here in Texas. But you guys got to understand that level of being in that type of environment, being in that type of world, of shaking the ground. Like, come on. We the 12th man too, Cowboy Nation. And if we can have that type of impact, baby, it will put the fear of God into the opposing team. Let's listen to more what he have to say.
Did criticize officers and media, say that we needed to give you more credit.
I ain't worried about that, man.
You guys are looking forward toward 2022, but you also always have to take lessons learned from the past. Not diving too deeply into the loss to the San Francisco 49ers, but from a defensive standpoint, coming off of the fantastic regular season that you guys had on that side of the ball, what takeaways do you guys have from that loss and that you can turn around into opportunities for 2022?
For sure, I would say penalties. We had crucial penalties in that game. Just coming out the game, starting the game, we started slow, and then we kind of got going in the second half. I say we got to come out the gate like that.
Hey, when you look at, you got Tom Brady to start, Joe Burrow, Matt Stafford's on there, Matt Ryan's on there, Jalen Hurts. There's some stout quarterbacks that you all are going to see this year.
I love it, man. I mean, who wouldn't want to go against the greats? I mean, if you want to win a Super Bowl, you got to face them anyway, so let's get it on.
When you said you're not worried about it, like Mike McCarthy said, us need to give you more credit. When you say you're not worried about it, how do you get to that place? Because I feel like it's so easy to hear what people say about you.
I've been here going on 7 years now. I'm used to it. I'm immune to it now. So
I feel like a lot of people like you search social media. Like, do you not mess with that stuff?
Oh, I see it. I can't run from it. It's out there, but I'm used to it now. It is what it is. I'm not trying to please nobody else. I'm just trying to do my job.
You're 7 to go when Mike stands up there and says, "Hey, you guys need to give him more love. You haven't done enough."
Yeah, I appreciate that. Much love to Mike for even saying that, man. That felt good for him to say that.
He said you're having a great camp. How do you feel you're doing so far, and what's been your focus coming into camp this year?
My focus is just getting better every day. Yesterday's behind us, today's behind us. I'm focused on Monday now. First padded practice. I'm trying to get physical and keep going.
Do you feel that growth? Do you notice that growth? Is there something you can point to even just in the first few days of camp that you feel like you've elevated your game?
I'll just say confidence and just mentally stronger, movement, and the game slowing down, understanding route concepts and the offensive scheme.
Is that confidence a little more important when you play the position of cornerback?
Yeah, you need that. You got to have it. You got to. Because if you don't, you're going to be second-guessing yourself out there all day and be slow.
Do all the single-digit numbers help?
I think so. I think so. It made me feel faster.
Are there any of the younger quarterbacks, talk about somebody like Taylor Stewart coming in as a rookie, somebody like Sean Wright who's kind of trying to find his leg, still a young guy. Are there any of the younger quarterbacks that have kind of jumped out at you already early in camp and over mini camp?
All of them jumped out. DV jumping out real good too. He's on his playbook real good. He don't say much, but he's always on his stuff and always on point. And all the guys really jumped out though. Nashawn almost had an interception today. I wish he would have came down with it, but all of them guys.
I assume you keep a tally on your own stuff. Like I got you at like a pick and 5 or 6 PBUs. Like, do you know?
I don't know how many PBUs. I know one pick and dropped one, so I'm mad about that one still. That's all I know right now.
He's I completely lost my. Oh, I was gonna ask you. Is it kind of year 7? Is it kind of surreal seeing Skandrick out here?
Yeah, man. I just talking to him, man. But I remember my rookie year coming out here, and you was out here with me. Now I'm still out here doing it, man. I'm just trying to keep going and try to be that veteran to the young guys now.
And Kayvon retired yesterday, and just as a 6th-round pick, I mean, to see a guy that you were drafted with retire. How proud of you are just getting to this part of your career?
It makes me look at it at a different angle, like I'm still going and I'm still me, Zeke, Dak. I'm still here, still pushing on the same team. That was a legendary class, man, and I'm proud of him, man. I wish him nothing but the best going forward.
Is this the most confident or established you felt going into a training camp this year?
Oh yeah, most definitely. This is my last year on my deal. Year 7, it's nothing but up from here. I feel like I'm just getting better, and I feel like my best years are ahead of me.
Why'd you change your number?
I just wanted to reinvent myself with a new look, and I just feel good about myself. I gave 30 I didn't choose 30. 30 was given to me, so I wanted to choose something for myself. So I just took the 0 off and kept the 3.
No doubt, man. And confidence for a DB is everything. And if you're confident, man, it can go a long way. And 3 does look a little bit better on him. That 30 been tarnished, right? Every time you look up 30, you be like, But D-Ron Bland, he been playing well with that number 30. And he is the rookie. So let's listen to more what he have to say.
So you've been faster. You're already the fastest.
Yeah, exactly.
Do the fans give you extra juice out here?
I just block them out. I don't even worry.
You block them out?
Yeah, I ain't worried about the fans.
Flipping to the offensive side of the ball, obviously Coop is gone. Gallup may miss a game or 2. You look at CeeDee Lamb ascending to wide receiver 1. Can you talk a little bit about what you're seeing from some of the younger guys like Tolbert coming in, making splashes? Turpin is now on the field, and some of those guys. What are you saying from a defensive standpoint? Are those guys going to come together quicker for the Cowboys than most people think?
I think so. Tolbert doing good. Great jump ball guy, great strong hands, and Bash coming down with a great catch yesterday. And Turpin, I know he's fast. I haven't seen him. I seen him get out there yet, but I can't wait to see him burn down the field. And I can't wait to see what they got going. I can't wait.
I think by combine 40 times, I would think you're the fastest guy on the team. Is that still true?
I mean, I don't combine or not, yeah. Combine or not, yes, sir.
Good question about team identity since you've been here has been about the offense, right? Do you feel like you guys are starting to change that a little bit with what you have on defense and what you can do?
We always need points, but I feel like the defense just finally catching up, and we finally can match the offense with flash plays and points and everything, turnovers. So I feel like we both mesh together, and it's well balanced.
No doubt, man. Good conversation to Anthony Brown, to all of those that's out there who don't know who that is. He is the starting cornerback on the opposite side of Trayvon Diggs, who we all trying to replace, but every year he step it up. This is a contract year for him. And he let people know, man, this is my spot. I'm the leader, etc. So I can't wait to see that. Next interview that we have lined up will be, let's see, Fowler or Tyler Biadasz. Which one you guys want to listen to? I'm going to read your comments. Shout out to you, Mickey Cox. Appreciate you, JT. And King Can, appreciate you. Chess over Checker, shout out to you. I am awake. Are you? We got one for Tyler, one for Fowler. Who's going to be the difference maker here? Okay, Tyler, it is. That's from Cooley Real. Appreciate you. Let's go.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening? Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
I'm not shy. Are you shy? All right.
How different is this year compared to last year as the guy?
I mean, I think just with experience from last year, obviously you continue to grow. I mean, you continue to grow and you continue to excel and obviously work on your craft and work on all the things that you like had happen last year, and like just growing as a team too. Fundamentally sound as an O-line and just being a leader up front too.
What did you work on in the off season to improve on?
I mean, just definitely like the fundamentals. I mean, it goes back to technique of the game, like leverage. You kick sets and pass pro, you punch, pass pro. I mean, beating people with leverage in the run game. Lower body.
Appreciate you so much. Shout out to you, Sadiqua. Thank you for the super chat. Law works hard for us. Get them likes up. And we got less than 200 more likes and shares. So, yeah, y'all sharing is caring. And I really appreciate Sadiqua being the enforcer out there. Appreciate you so much, Sadiqua.
Strength, but everything you can imagine, like definitely went hard as I'd ever had. So it was a great off season.
Did you work on getting heavier, or I would think a center would be a little bit thicker?
Yeah, I'm right around 315 right now. I mean, I probably played around like 310-ish, 308 last year. So, but yeah.
How did you process that last play against the 49ers? You got played a whole lot.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're on to this year, and you keep that in your mind of like how the feeling is, but you can't go back, and we're always looking forward. And it's 2022 season, and we're looking forward to this year and making our run at Super Bowl.
Was it hard to move on from that, considering there was a lot of discussion about how that ended, and there was no one expected you guys to lose that early in the playoffs? Was it tough for you guys to move on?
Well, I think it was interesting. Like last year, we had a speaker, Chad. He's one of our mental coaches, and greatness doesn't. You don't have a choice to be great. And if you want greatness, you don't have choices. And the choice that we have is to move forward from it and to grow from it too, for experience. And at the end of the day, the game shouldn't have came down to that. And I think we can grow as a team and grow individually. And we have a lot of guys back coming from last year, and the team chemistry is a great bond we had this offseason and into this camp. So,
can you talk about a little bit about what you're learning? Because you're basically playing in between two Cowboys greats, and Terrence Steele and Zach Martin. What have you tried to absorb from both of them, particularly Martin immediately to the right, that can help you hit the next level of change?
I would say for sure knowledge of the game, but also experience, and then playing with them. I mean, my first year, I asked a lot of questions when I first came in. Obviously, it was COVID, so it was kind of close to the season, everything like that. But I asked them questions about just how it all works. And then after going into my second year, I'm playing with both of them a lot more and everything, and having that off season, I think that's huge for team chemistry and everything. And you learn a lot from the great. You learn how to do the lifestyle as a professional athlete. I mean, those two are definitely professionals in this league, and that's how you describe them in one word, is they're professional. So
how much are you talking to Tyler to help him, like you said, learn to be a professional?
Right.
That kind of thing.
And it's just the experience that I've learned from too. I mean, from my first 2 years in the NFL, and from my experience, we help them out in the meeting room, and and it's camp too. So I mean, we're here all the time. So we have we're in meetings together, we're in lunch and breakfast, and you name it. So like we're always helping one another on and off the field if whatever needs it. I mean, mental health is a huge thing, and but we're always here for one another, whatever it is. It's not just always football, but it could be whatever's going on, and he's doing great. He's doing a great job of just fundamentally being present.
All right, so if Tyler continue to grow that beard, then he gonna have a successful season next year. He got to continue to grow it though. He got to have some hang time on it. His rookie year, he only had the stubbles. Then last year, he had the peach fuzz, and it's slowly getting there. But if he can continue to grow that beard out to where it was like when Travis Frederick, same grade of hair almost, but if he get that Travis Frederick beard, I think that he'll have that beard power. He didn't allow the sack last year. He had 11 penalties, and he need to clean up on some of those penalties there. But if he can grow that beard power, baby, I'm telling you, he will be successful, and he will have a better season. I promise you, it's in the beard, man. I told you guys when I saw Mike McCarthy, go back and watch the tape. I said, now that Mike McCarthy is growing out his beard, we're going to have a above 500 season, and we're going to be a 10-plus win a year. And guess what? It happened just like that. Now, I just need right now Kellen Moore to grow his beard than Dan Quinn. If you think Dan Quinn is good now, you can only imagine if he had that beard power, man. But for those who out there need to know, if he can grow that beard out, that would be a plus for him. And let me show you what he had last year. You see what I'm saying? 0 sacks allowed. You see he had the baby beard up there. He had the baby beard. So now that his beard is a little bit bigger now, it's a little bit bigger, he's going to play even better. For real. And he just need to clean up these right here, those penalties. He tied for the most snaps last year. No one had more snaps than him, and he had 0 sacks allowed. So I would live with that. He don't put the quarterback don't get down in the dirt. I think that he was over-exerting himself for helping out Connor Williams, but that's the story of a different day. He also benefited by having Zach Martin right beside him. So we're going to figure this out, Cowboy Nation, but he just got to continue to grow that beard out.
Business, they're always trying to upgrade talent. Are you more secure in what you're doing right now than maybe your first year in the league?
I have confidence, and I'm very confident with what I do and my craft and my game, and it speaks a lot of volume of who I am as a person. So.
When your offensive line's got a culture of being great and known as great, is there extra pressure in the early stages of your career, and how do you sustain that or tell younger players that, hey, this is the way we do things with Cowboys?
Can you repeat that?
When you have a culture of being such a strong offensive line, is there a lot of pressure early in your career to kind of live up to that, and how do you work with younger players now that you've been here a while to kind of live up to that?
Well, I think just the rich history from the Cowboys offensive line in general. Like when I was at Wisconsin, we watched them. We watched their film. It wasn't any other film, So I mean, just to know that intensity upon watching film year in, year out before I even got here was a expectation level of when I actually did get here was that this is it. This is how it's supposed to look like, and we're going to do everything we can do to do it. And I think it just comes with pushing yourself beyond the limits that you can actually take. I mean, you have to push yourself to exhaustion to be able to see what is on the other side of who you are at a starting point. So when I came into 2020 and who I am now, I am a different person. I am stronger. I am confident. I'm more than I was then. So, but it takes a lot of mental toughness and obviously physical toughness, but a lot of mental toughness to be confident in what you do every single day. And like you guys said before, like Zach and Tyron, they drive the bus. I mean, and they do a great job of being leaders on this team, and they do a great job of keeping that rich history and providing a knowledge for me to do the same as when I'm leading on the team too. So.
That's good stuff from Tyler Biadasz. To check out that full interview, check it out on the Cowboys website or the Cowboys YouTube page. Shout out to Tyler Biadasz. Like I said, he didn't allow a single sack last season, and he had the most snaps. But this is the big red area right here. Think about it. 11 penalties. That's too many. And some of those penalties could be for the reason why he didn't allow that sack, right? He kind of held on to the guy or what have you. So he's going to have to really, really improve in that area right there. But outside of that, continue to improve. Continue to improve every year. And my assessment of him last year basically was his first year. He only played a spoonful of games in the pandemic year. And when I was at camp yesterday, I talked to his trainer, and basically she is a lady that help out all of his mechanics. She's like a super experienced yoga lady that been around the Cowboys training facility for a long time, and she was like basically agreeing that this dude basically was thrown into the fire his rookie year. Only played a spoonful of games, and then last year he was thrown back into the fire. So give him another year, and this will be that year to see how he will perform. All right, so with that being said, let's go to Fowler. We got 2 more interviews we can play, and then we can run away, right? We can run away from there. And I haven't heard none of these interviews, so there's no foreshadowing from me. But let's listen to Fowler.
How's camp going so far? What have you been able to get out of the early work?
It's just been a ramp up right now, so we just been, putting in like a lot of time, a lot of quick work, individual, like fundamentals and stuff like that before we put our pads on and really get into it.
You've worked obviously with Quinn before. What did reuniting with DQ mean for you, and how important was it to get back with him for you?
It means a lot because I know Dan Quinn really believes in me, and he knows, the ins and outs, and he knows how to bring the best out of me. So I'm looking forward to working with him again.
You said bring the best. What do you mean? Is that just how he put you in the scheme?
Scheme, just like, put me in the best areas. I feel like in the past areas I really haven't been able to just be in one spot. He's putting me in multiple spots, so I feel comfortable with that.
This is a different way of getting ready for football season. As a veteran, is this kind of strange to you that no pads the first day, you got to wait till Monday?
No, that's awesome, especially like with camp. We got so many practices, so the more time we get to have like this and, have these type of practices, especially before we go into our first padded practice on Monday, that's really cool, so I appreciate that.
You have an impression on the game-like conditions of the fans? Do they, the fans add to that game-like situation? I know you hear them.
About the fans and stuff?
Yeah, when you guys are making big plays.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That definitely, brings the best out of you and, give you energy and stuff like that. And it's really cool just to see all these fans out here that support us. So, it's really cool.
You feel you got anything to prove?
Oh, yeah. I got some stuff to prove, to prove that I am who I am. And, I'm still I can be a double-digit sack guy. And, I'm one of the best ends in the league.
Listen up. He said he want to prove that he can be a double-digit sack guy and that he can be one of the best defensive end in the league. Now, my friend, lip services is always granted here. You can always talk about it, but we can't wait to see if he's going to be about it. And that's Dante Fowler. So let's listen to more of what he had to say.
You didn't get the chance to show that in Atlanta.
No, I couldn't really show that in Atlanta. I really came there for a DQ, and I was hurt. When I first came in there, and then he got fired like the 4th game of the year, and then stuff just changed, and then they got a new coach and got a new GM, and they just went a different direction.
So what will be the difference in Dallas for you to show that?
Opportunities. That's it.
Listen.
What is it about the way that DQ his schematics that works so well for you?
I'm just a guy you can move in different areas and be effective, whether it's over the offensive tackle or I can play 3 technique. I can, shift and move in, do all type of stunts and things like that. And he has a multiple defense, and he, found ways for us to get to the quarterback, and AD does as well. So
With the way Michael Parsons did that same kind of thing last year,
Yep.
you got whet your appetite and say, listen, I want some of that.
Yeah, exactly what Randy Gregory did, what Randy Gregory was doing. It's my turn to do that.
When you look at other guys on the roster like Dorrance Armstrong and Sam Williams, do you look at that as competition for you, or are there going to be enough snaps for all you guys?
No, it's going to be enough snaps for all of us. And, like we always compete every day. Like that's another thing, being with some guys, like I really haven't been with guys like this since at the Rams and when I was with the Jags. So being able to be part of something special with Dorrance and Sam and DA and DeMarcus Lawrence and Bass, there's so many people that can get to the quarterback and that elevates your type of play with the way that they play in our style. So I'm looking forward to it.
In the offseason, obviously DQ being here was an influence. How many other teams were interested in you, or were you close to possibly going somewhere else?
Really, Dan Quinn had gave me a call, and after that, that's who I really was locked in on. So I really didn't pay too much attention to it. When free agency started, I probably signed like maybe the second week after it, so I was okay.
Outside of schematics, just the way DQ treats his.
Dan Quinn got some pull, don't he? He out there recruiting, and by his word alone, he was like, yeah, I'm going to come over here and try to get it out of the mud in Dallas Cowboys land. So shout out to Fowler, man. I hope that he can pan out. You guys help me out. Over or under 6 sacks for the 2022 season? Put that in the chat.
Players, what makes him special, Dante?
He's just a real dude, a real dude. You really it's rare that you run across a 100% guy, and he just goes about his business the right way.
Explain 100% though. Not everybody gets
Just a real dude. I don't know, like, he's just a real dude. You know the difference between a real dude and a guy that's not real. So, yeah, he's a real dude.
If he got another opportunity as a head coach, what do you think he would do with that opportunity, and what do you take?
It'd be great, the past. After that, when I was there with the Falcons, I could tell that the team kind of gave up on him and stuff like that. So it kind of sucked because I know what type of guy he is and how much he loved his teammate, how much he loved his team and his players, and the passion that he has with coaching and stuff like that. So just for him to be out here and see him in a good place is amazing, and I'm happy for him.
He said he's recaptured his love of the game here. Do you see that?
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure.
How is he in terms of like being a hands-on type of coach and finding roles for every guy?
He's super hands-on. He's just he loves defense. He's a kid when it comes to that. He is super unique with stuff. Always trying to find a way to get to the quarterback. As far as hands-on, he'd be out here. If he could put this on, he would do that in coach if it was up to him. But I mean, he's just an awesome coach.
You did put a helmet on last year before the team went to New England.
Yeah.
To show him how to expect being cut. And they do it up there is unique, apparently.
Yeah, he'll do it. He'll show you how to do some stuff.
What happened in Atlanta, Dante? What do you think it went the wrong way? What happened?
Just I was hurt, I was banged up.
I meant for DQ.
Oh, with him, I don't know. When I first got there, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know everything, and I was just happy that I was there with him. And it is what it is. At the end of the day, things happen for a reason, and I guarantee you he'd rather be here than there. So.
Jerry mentioned how creative he can be. He's not afraid to try things. Some of your teammates are talking about the exotic blitzes. What's an example of something creative he's mentioned in meetings the last few weeks?
That's like non-disclosure type of stuff. So I really can't tell you that. Sorry, man.
What was your perception of this organization or the Jones family or even the talent on this team? And has it changed, or what's the reality compared to?
I always knew that this was a great team. I played against them the past few years consistently, and it's a great team with a lot of great guys. The Jones family, I met with Mr. Jones when I was at the Combine, and he welcomed me in with open arms and embraced me. I love him and his heart and their family hearts, and this is like football heaven, so it's just an honor to be here, to be honest with you.
What are you looking forward to showing on Monday when you guys finally get to put the pads on?
Just showing that I'm healthy and I'm ready to go.
That's a good interview by him, Dante Fowler, and good praises of the coaching staff, too, for Dante Fowler. I love hearing that from him, and I can't wait to see if that can manifest itself into greatness tomorrow when the pads come on. We will be locked, loaded, and ready rejuvenated. There should be zero excuses, and we will see who will be the cream that rises to the top. Shout out to you, Coach Marv. He says, appreciate you for the donation, by the way. Law, this might be our curse this year. And when he says curse, for those who listen on the podcast, he's talking about J-Ron curse out of Dante Fowler. Yeah, Coach, I have a lot of faith in Dan Quinn. I trust him, and I hope that he can extract the good stuff out of Fowler. Remember, Fowler said it from his mouth that this team is reminding him of the Rams team. I think that Rams team, when he was there, he had 11 sacks or what have you, and they was competitive. I think that year they went to the Super Bowl. I could be off on the year, but they that he was saying that they reminded him of that. So if we can get to those good graces, man, it would be a plus, Coach Marv. And I had him pegged at right at 7 sacks, but most of 6 or 7 sacks myself. But if people are saying that he's a double-digit sack guy, man, that's amazing. That would be flat out amazing. I'm still high on Sam Williams. I think that he will be the guy to be that Swiss Army knife. But one thing that I can tell you, Fowler did say he'll play some 3-tech when it's necessary. So if we thinking about that, we can see him on possible passing down situation. They kick him inside and still have Sam rushing on the outside or DA. So this thing can get very crazy real quickly. Let's listen to Malik Hooker.
Where you are physically, how far have you come?
Oh man, it's been a journey, man. As you said, last year this time, I think they was just bringing me in. I was like, I want to say like 9-10 months out of Achilles recovery, and just to be here today, fully healthy, able to go out here and do everything at full strength finally without a hiccup this offseason, it's just a blessing for me.
From year 1 post Achilles to year 2 post Achilles, what's the difference?
Confidence. I mean, I was confident last year running on it. Obviously, as you've seen throughout the years, times went on, but now it's just a different confidence because now I know I'm fully healthy. I ain't got nothing to worry about, no setbacks or nothing like that. So it's just now I'm able to go out there and play free-mindedly and be able to do my job at a high expectation now.
What do you remember about the early time out here when you were with Britt every day?
Oh, man. I was wondering if that was worse than practice at that point. Britt, I can't thank him enough, him and the training staff enough for how they brought me in and brought me along when I first came in, just working me in and slow easing me into a lot of stuff that we was doing. Man, I can't thank them enough because, like I said, without them, I probably wouldn't even be as healthy as I am now, feeling as confident as I am now. Man, obviously the staff and everything played a big factor on it, but just the team that we had last year, that's a once-in-a-lifetime team. A lot of guys that play in the league know we had a great roster from top to bottom. We had a lot of great athletes and leaders on our defense as well. So just to come back to that, I feel like it was unfinished business. And then obviously the guys that we had here that I knew was coming back too. A lot of those guys I feel like I wanted to give another runway, because like I said, that was one of the special teams that I've been a part of, not just in the NFL, but college and everything as well. So.
A lot of guys are talking, what was it about the group or the dynamic?
It was kind of a mixture of both. I mean, obviously, you get the dynamics of everything from the coaching staff, and it goes on the leaders to kind of, put that into everybody's head and build a foundation of it. So I feel like we had a lot of great guys, like I said, that built that foundation, camaraderie off the field for, guys that want to come back here and want to get back there and play on this defense and this offense as well. So it was more so the camaraderie for me. I love a lot of those guys in the locker room that I just met last year. Now, we built that bond off the field and on the field that we're their family to me. So I felt like, this was a place that I feel that I needed to come back to, and I feel like this is home for me now.
Man, you can tell he ain't from the South. That joke was speaking like Twister. Camaraderie, yeah, we like to see that. And he said this time last year he was just coming off of the injuries of the Achilles where he was recovering. So I can tell you guys right now that Malik Hooker, that back pedal smooth, he reads a whole lot faster. He knows where he need to be at on the field. And I'm not finna say who he was comped as coming out of the draft, but I can tell you, if he's healthy, man, the Cowboys got them a diamond in the rough, man. yeah, let's go and listen to him.
Malik, have you ever been in a position group that has this much versatility? I mean, like athletic-wise or size-wise, a bigger guy like Kerr?
Oh man, like I said, I can't get him enough praise. You know, being on this type of defense with guys like Micah and J.K. and obviously Trey and guys like that. Even Dono, you know, there's guys those guys, you don't come across a lot of those guys in the NFL. You know, J.K.'s what, 6'4", 6'5", able to move the way he does, and you know, he covers like no one else. You know, one of the top safeties in the league, in my opinion. So, you know, just to be able to play alongside guys like that makes my job a lot easier on the back end, you know. You figure you have J.K. on the matchup, you can depend on him to lock his matchup up. As obviously from what y'all guys seen last year, and a lot of the top tight ends he covered last year. So that just makes it, like I said, easier for me on the back end.
DQ seems like he's pretty big on 3 safety looks. Mm-hmm. You were kind of the third guy last year. What do you think Dono brings into that trio with you and J.K.?
Oh man.
Dono is Donovan Wilson for those who don't know. So let's listen to what he about to say.
Dono, that's the hit man right there. That's what we call him. I mean, as you see on film, Evan, week in, week out, that guy, man, he goes balls to the wall every chance he gets, and he's going to put them pads on somebody. So I feel like in our safety group, we all got different intangibles, and Dono's that's the guy he's going to knock somebody out every chance he get, as well as be able to cover and lock down tight ends as well too. So. I mean, he don't get enough credit. I feel like, you know, he's one of the top safeties as well in the league when healthy, and I feel like he doesn't get as much credit as he should get.
Wow, that's a big praise right there. So that's Donovan Wilson. So when we break all of that down, like I said, it will be hard for Izzy Makamu or Tyler Cole to make some noise. And Marquise Bell, believe it or not, been making some noise too. Kind of puts you in the mind of Donovan Wilson, or Dono, as that's what they call him. And I can't wait to see yesterday at practice, day before yesterday, I meant to say. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. Dono had to walk off the field. So I hope he's okay. Maybe it was just a stinger. But I can tell you, if healthy, then that would be a good situation and scenario for us.
Such a reputation coming out of college as a center fielder. Look forward to kind of getting back more to that role this year?
Oh, man, I mean, it really doesn't matter to me. I mean, I played a little bit of both last year, and I feel like I played it at a high level. So, you know, whether it's in the middle of the field or down in the box for, you know, the defense, I'm willing to do whatever just for our team to stride and be great this year.
Is this, with the injuries that you had in Indy and 2 years removed from Achilles, I mean, is this about as healthy as you've felt in a few years?
Oh, yeah, I definitely feel. I mean, everybody says that, you know. Everybody says that's the healthiest I've been, but I mean, I guess you could say just mentally, yeah, this is probably the best I've been, you know. Like you said, every year it's been coming off of some type of banged up injury or some significant injury. So for me to finally come in this offseason fully healthy, being able to work out this whole offseason with no setbacks or nothing like that, you know, you can't ask for more going into a year like this, especially with, like I said, a lot of returning guys that we have. You know, I feel like that's the main thing too, being able to come in healthy and be able to do my part at a high effort.
What's the toughest part about rehabilitation, mental or physical?
Mental. I say mental. I mean, the physical part, you eventually, after months and weeks of it, you eventually get over the pain and stuff like that. But it's just the mental aspect of it, you know, being able to go out there and do what you've done plenty of times, you know, after the injury and before the injury, and knowing that, you know, it ain't going to happen again. Because a lot of
the people that's in the chat, yeah, you guys are right. You guys are right. King Ken says, yeah, 143 likes, man. And I could be going to the beach, enjoying this beautiful weather in California, but I'm inside. So y'all hit that like button for me, man. I really appreciate you. That like button, I get it. You know, sometimes we get involved in watching the channel and not hitting that like, but I heard that if you hit that like, you get good luck, and you get blessings. So go ahead and hit that like. I appreciate you guys. Coach Marv says, Law, this young depth and talents looks like the 1992. Yeah, it definitely looked like the 1992 team. So I can't wait. Coach Marv. I appreciate you for your donations. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's go. Let's get back to the content.
Guys, I mean, unlucky for me, I had significant injuries, so stuff like that sits in a lot of guys' minds. So for me to be able to go out there and not have to worry about that, you know, mentally and stuff, that's the main thing.
Do you get to worry about being overcautious?
No. For me now, it's just, man, go out there and play ball. I mean, if it's meant to happen, whether it's an injury or me not playing, whatever the case may be, then that's just what's in the story in the book for me. But for me, I go out there and I play as hard as I can with no limitations and no thought of another injury or nothing like that at this point. Yes, sir. I appreciate you. I honestly feel like we was good. We was real good last year. I feel like now that a lot of guys got a second year in this and confidence and can really detail out knowing what their job is. I feel like just that alone is going to take us to a higher level than what we was. Because a lot of those games, guys is playing and doing a lot of stuff just off athletic instincts and stuff like that. So now that we really know to a T what our job is, what the next guy's job is and stuff like that, I feel like that's going to take us to a whole nother level.
Man, that was a great interview by Malik Hooker. Saying that last year they was trying to pick up the defense and just learn and understand, but by them going into the second year under Dan Quinn, all of these guys should be faster because they don't have to think as much, and they know and they understand what is asked of them to do. So it's good. That's a good feeling. Action says, appreciate you so much for the donation to help elevate the nation with the $2 there. Look how Zeke moving. Oh, wee man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ezekiel Elliott, that PCL tear kind of stunted everything last season. And, of course, we can't predict injuries, right? We can't predict those things. But with a healthy Ezekiel Elliott, his team should be farther advanced. And, of course, with the mindset of them already saying that they're going to split those duties, split those responsibilities with him and Tony Pollard, that goes a long way, Cowboy Nation. All right, so we've been live for an hour and 36 minutes. I really appreciate you guys so much for jumping in and being part of this beautiful episode. Shout out to Cowboys Experience. Be sure to check them out. Go to cowboysexperience.com and check us out there at that location to purchase tickets, information about the games, the meet and greets. Like I said, we do all of the home games the day before the game. We will be live. We're working on having Parsons back out there again for the 2022 season, as well as one of the guys that wear 88 on his chest. I'm not going to say who, but I'm going to tell you guys, it's always a beautiful time out there. I promise you. You won't have a good time. You will have a great time, especially out there at Cowboys Experience event. We will greatly appreciate you guys for coming out. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. We on multiple platforms here on YouTube as well as Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I really appreciate you guys so much. The things that we're going to look for once again would be the Cowboys defensive guys. Sam Williams, the rookie, see how he look at pads. Jabril Cox, he's a guy that I'm going to focus in, see what he looks like in pads tomorrow. Another guy that we're going to look at, I'm trying to focus in on, is TJ Vasher, Cavante Turpin. Those two guys in pads. I think Dennis Houston, I'm okay with his size, his speed. I think that he would do a wonderful job when they put the pads on. He may be even better when the pads come on. Let that sink in. Jalen Tolbert, I will be paying close attention to Jalen Tolbert. Big boys inside. I'll be looking at the isolated looks between Tyler Smith and Ridgeway. I want to see those two boys. I want you guys to let me know who you guys feel like who will be the first to get into a fight. Who will be the first? I know Ridgeway. I know it will probably be Ridgeway versus Tyler Smith. If those two fight, if they the first one to fight, baby, hey, oh my goodness, man. A good fight, a good fight. I'm talking about a scuff. I want to see some tempers flare tomorrow, right? And I get it, for those who say, hey, they shouldn't be fighting each other, but we will find out, man. Will that be the situation? Coach Marv says, Story Jackson, do me a huge favor, Cowboy Nation. Post down below who you want me to try to focus in on tomorrow, right? And if you are out here in Oxnard, If you're out there in Oxnard, let me know. Let me know. And let me see if I can do this right quick, because some people are out there and they would say, man, Law, you that close to the players. I didn't know. And as for a favor, just give me what you need to have autographed, because I'm not a big autograph guy. I'm not a big guy to be like, hey man, let me kick it with you. I'm not that dude that do all of that. But for the nation, I would do that for you guys. So if you got something that you want me to get signed, like a jersey or a hat, let me know, and I can take it all the way down to that VIP section so that I can get it signed for you. But let me give you guys my number, and you just shoot me a text when you're out there and say, hey, Law, I'm here. I need this to be signed, this hat or these lucky socks or this jersey. Write this number down, 682-214-4087. And don't just give me a whole bunch of stuff. Just give me one little artifact that I can go down there and get it signed for you. And then that way you don't have to give me no cash, no money for that. Just give it to me. I take it and I'll wobble down there to the other section where they be at, and I'll say, hey, Dak, can you sign this for Johnny? Or hey, CD Lamb, can you sign this for Rocky? Or hey, Osa, can you sign this thing for such and such? So let me know, and that will be my gift to you that's out there in Oxnard. So that number, once again, 682-214-4087. Or Jerry, hey man, Johnny want this sign right here, man. This hat or this jersey, what have you. I would do that if you out there in Oxnard, because they charge y'all way too. I ain't gonna say that out loud. Way too much money to get in that section over there to get that signed. But that's a story of a different day. But if you out there, let me know, and I would do that for you, and we get it rocking from there. But just don't give me a whole big old 2-3 helmets. Say, hey, Log, go over there and get these helmets signed. They're going to be kind of crazy. But it is what it is, especially for those who can't get over there to that side, because normally from what I'm seeing, the pattern, the first day you are out there, this is what I'm going to do, a manual for those who are out there. Number one, if your skin is easily burnt, wear long sleeves, right? If you don't have sunscreen, wear long sleeves, right? Wear things to protect you. Now me, I could be out in the sun all day, I don't get burnt. I just got those special powers, But that's a story of a whole nother episode of video. But ladies, if you in this section, if you're in the location, bring your umbrella. They allow you to bring umbrellas in. Fellas, stay hydrated. Come on out there, get you a nice little camera. You will see a better view of it, not close up. It's just like any football game. Go to the bleachers. You'll see a better view of it. I know you out there in the elements. You want to get close to the doggone players as possible, but you're going to miss out on a few plays. But if you want to get the experience, I would say do a mixture of both. If you're out there and you got little ones, it would be best to invest in the membership package. I think it's like $10 to $30 per person to get under the tent, so you can do that, but it's free admission. So it is what it is. Shout out to y'all, man. Coach, training really starts with the joint practice law. Yep, it do. But when we see these one-on-ones, when they line them boys up, and they some tempers are gonna flare. But yeah, you get the trueness. They probably go 90 to 95%, right? But you will probably see the true when they go up against the opposing people. Yeah, you're right. Izzy time. This is from Let's Say. Yeah, he's gonna have to step it up real hard, baby. Let's see what we have here. All right, so shout out to you guys so much, man, for tuning in for this episode. And Aaron Robinson, appreciate you. Dizzy Face, appreciate you. Dizzy Face, appreciate you, man, for the 99 for your mind. I'm a cheerleader, y'all. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Mickey Cox. Let's go. Anybody else? Q&A before we roll. Benny Blaze, man, I'm here for you, Cowboys. Bell, strong safety. I'm rooting for him. And Terrence Steele, you want me to take a look at him? I will. I will. Ridgeway and Big Bo. Shout out to you, Jennifer. Shout out to the people that's on the Facebook as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Be sure to share. Sharing is caring. Appreciate you guys. Thank those who are Cowboy fans. Thank those who are not Cowboy fans but still watching. I appreciate you guys. Thank everybody who commented on the YouTube side. They let me know that you're a part of the nation. You can only subscribe to comments, so I love that. Coach Marv says, yeah, I don't hold back. Yeah, you're right, Coach Marv. Look, Coach, I know for sure you got this team graded on a hard scale, right? And what we want, people fail to realize, we want LVE to prove us wrong or prove you wrong, right? We really want LVE to prove you wrong. We don't want him to prove you right. So, and let's see here. Okay. I got some requests from Sadiqwa. Let me see if I got to go through a whole nother panel for that. So give me 1 second, Sadiqwa, while I do that on the fly. Fly. Do it on the fly. Well, I got to go here. And this is a little process that I got to go through. And you said, yeah. And who else you said? You said Swain. Swain. Y'all bear with me while we doing some Swain. Just comment somewhere down below, Swain, so I can add you as a mod. Swain, SWAIN. Can you comment something so I can make you a mod? I really appreciate you so much, and we'll make you a mod. Mickey Cox, you are now a mod. I appreciate you. And add as a mod. Okay. So if you guys do me a few favors, if you add it as a mod, just keep in mind these are the house rules for a mod. We don't kick people out just because they say go Eagles, or we don't kick people out because they say go Washington. But we do kick people out if they do personal attacks, or they do too many emojis. I'm not that big on all capital letters, but let them fly. That's not a trigger for me. But we want foot soldiers out here to share this content on multiple outlets if possible. And as a mod, I really appreciate that. And what I want all my mods to do is to also hit me up from time to time on some outliers and stuff like that at this number 682-214-4087. Feel free to text me. And yeah, we don't like the SEX bots as well. We try to keep everything there. Keep them up out of there. And as long as LVE is a Cowboy, I support him. Right, Coach? Right. You don't hate him, right? And I feel you, Coach. I appreciate you for the donation too, Coach Marv. Some people don't understand that when coaches are hard on players, that means that they like player. They can see, they know that player got certain potentials that they are not living up to, right? Or they're not meeting, or they're not getting or grabbing a hold to, So that's 682-214-4087. That is the text line. So anybody can text me on that line. Even Philadelphia can text me, man, if he's still watching. And Eagles fan, I saw him in here. Anybody, or I'm awake, or you, anybody can text me, man. If you guys going through things, I do have the humanity to reach out and to see what I can do from my capacity. And even like Sadiq hit me up the other day and said, hey, check out this movie, or have you paid attention to that movie? And sometimes I get bored. I need to find me a movie to watch, So that's just a communication line, and I really appreciate those who hit me up. MJ hit me up and said he got a day party in L.A. at 5 o'clock. And I've been so recluse lately, I don't feel like driving all the way to L.A., even though it's like an hour away, like less than an hour away. I may just sit back and watch some more Netflix over here and chill. I may go downtown Oxnard to grab a bite to eat and just come back to the room and relax and be ready to be out there tomorrow. That's just me, man. I'm not that. As you guys know, I'm stopped talking Cowboys right now. I'm just talking life to you guys. Law, don't forget to let your shoulder lead. Shout TT Smooth TV. Yeah, shoulder lead. Yeah. Appreciate you for the donation there, man. T Smooth TV. You know what? On an alternate universe, that would have been my name. Law Smooth TV. That's a dope YouTube name, by the way, Yeah, Coach Marv says, get some rest, Law. Get some rest. No days off. Yeah, got to get the rest. I'm out of my little water. I ran out of this water. I had this water all this it's 2 gallons worth, and I got to go back to Whole Foods to get some more water. So I'm going to make a little water run and get back to some other things. What else I got here? I got some black seed oil, I got some black seed for those who take these supplements right here. Every time I go into the whole, I'm such a rhythmatic person, right? So back in Texas, I wake up before the sun, and I knew that my circadian rhythm is going to be thrown off, right? When I got out here to Cali, and I'm always up, right? So my rhythm was thrown off completely, right? And then I get out here, different environment. The weather is different, and my allergies acted up a little bit. Now that's back together. So I'm back in rhythm. So I'll be out here for a few more days, and then when I get back to Texas, I can go ahead and tell you guys I'm gonna be thrown off again. So it's just what it is. But neither here nor there. I'll make it happen. We'll get it going. Alkaline water, or spring water is better. You did put a little key lime in there, but spring water out of a glass bottle is better for you. But you got to make sure that it says no BPA. There's so many things that we can talk about with alkaline. Your pool system, they can get it up the pH battle to what it is to be above certain levels. So just because it say alkaline doesn't mean that it's alkaline. So there's so many tricks to this world, man. It's a lot of things that we can go into and talk about far as alkaline, what's pH level, what's alkaline, what's acidic, all of those things. But I don't want to get into that. I don't want to have where my button at. I know I got it somewhere in here now. I done found the button over here on the website. I don't want them to come kicking down my door and saying, you practicing that Dr. Sebi stuff, man? FBI, open up! You get out of here, Get out of this, filtration is the best, right? Tony D, 33, yeah. And we all have to pay our respect to the Boston Celtics. late great Bill Russell. Let's have a moment of silence for him. Amen. Yes, indeed. So, and Bill Russell, 11-time NBA champion. He passed away at the tender age of 88. Right. He's going on to another dimension there, and we all hope as well with his people, his family members, and things like that. But his legacy shall live forever, right? He shall forever be remembered. And at this point and at this time, we all hope all is well with him. Shout out to you, Pete. Appreciate you, man. So rest in peace, Bill. I don't know what he passed away of, but I heard the news this morning, and you guys know I'm a Laker guy, and I really can't stand Boston like that. But he is a guy that's a legacy guy, and shout out to anybody who did the things that he done. So shout out to him, and shout out to you, Pete Prescott. Appreciate you. Must not be real ones. It's okay. Shout out to you, Mickey, man. Appreciate you. A true legend for the cause, not just basketball. Shoot. Appreciate you, Coach Marv. You already know. Yeah. So for him and 11-time, like he got more rings than fingers. You got to start putting them on his toes and stuff like that. So it is what it is, and he's a legacy legend forever, man. He's gonna live forever. Yep. And let's get it, Cowboy Nation. Let's see if I can get on up out of here. Oh, wrong button. Here we go. Let's get on up out of here. Cowboy Nation. Let me find me some outro music, and we gonna parlay up out of here, baby. And that's life, though, right? You're a Laker fan. Didn't know that. What's your thoughts on LeBron James? My honest thoughts, I couldn't stand. I still can't stand LeBron James. I can't stand LeBron. I say, God, dog, he went over to the Lakers. Nah. But LeBron James, my collective thoughts on LeBron James, he's a good basketball player. His greatness will always be measured to. He's not Kobe Bryant, nor is he MJ, but he's LeBron James, So, but shout out to him and all that he did doing for the NBA legacy, and let's get things going the best way possible. But neither here nor there. Out of here. Come on, nation. I know you feel it. The pads come on. Right? And every year, a legend is born. Every year, moments and situations being birthed. Right? But it all starts now. When those pads come on, remember, integrity is what you do when no one else is watching. Success happens in private, failure in full view. Now, with that being said, will these boys step up? Will they arise to the moment? There will be sickness. There will be unhealthy situations. But how do you battle through that pain, right? Some people say no pain, no gain. A lot of people look at life itself and say, hey, I want to get to where I'm at without the pain. Well, it's impossible, right? There are times when you got to go through the things you got to go through, regardless of the situation and scenario. Regardless of the situation, regardless of the things that's in front of you, regardless of the detractors, regardless of the people that couldn't wait to say some hate, right? So, with that being said, Cowboy Nation, understand this. Tell me not and mourn for numbers. Life is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real and life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thy art, to dust returning was not even spoken of the soul. In his broad fields of battle and billions of life, be not like a dumb-driven cattle, but be a hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us we can live our lives sublime, and departing leave behind us footprints in the mighty sands of time. And even when you up against your struggles, meet it squarely face to face, lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. And when it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer. See it through. See it through. And they say black may be the clouds about you and your future may seem grim. But don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, running from it will not save you. People will say this and that, but keep in mind, even hope may seem but futile, then with trouble may be beset. Remember, you facing what other legends have met. Bill Russell, Roger Staubach, come on, Michael Jordan, Troy Aikman. Oh my goodness, the list goes on. Emmitt Smith. So keep your head high, eyes through the finish. See this thing all the way through. Continue to grind, continue to march. Continue. Look, when the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. That's a good Jim Rowan saying. That's one you can keep in your back pocket, Cowboy Nation. And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you're glad to go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, lose all terror of God or your mind for it, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want. If all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty or famish or fame can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and besetted with the help of Almighty, you will get it. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. They said the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Baby, let's get it. I see y'all. I really thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. Be sure to hit that like, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. DC for life. Salute. Boy, I'm ready to put on some pads now, baby. Come on. Turn me up. Just turn it up a little bit more, baby. I want to blow some eardrums up out of here, baby. Yeah, come on. Watch how this thing come in. Yeah. 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 Come on. Let's get it, baby. I'm too crunk now. I don't know what. I should start the show off with this thing, baby. I shouldn't end it like this, baby. I shouldn't. Come on. Come on. Yeah. I wish I had my shovel with me. Come on, baby. Boy, when they had that first game of the season, I'm just gonna get so crazy, baby. Come on. I'm gonna be catching the ball like this, baby. Come on. Let's get it. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns. But there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know. It's Mr. Nasty kind.
Come on.
You won't break my soul.
Look. You adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Enemy spotted.
Execute Order 66.
Come on, baby.
Another one. Suck.
Emotional damage.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
When you play for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too.
Right, this motherfucker don't miss.
Come on, baby.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
Let's get it, baby.
You ain't lying.
You could not live with your own failure.
You liar.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Do that again, baby. I can't go. Come on. Watch this right here. I'm out for real, y'all. Peace, well, love.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns. But there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.